Hello everybody, Sifd here again, and today I'll be playing Increlution, the most idle game out there. This is the idlest idle game ever, and it's like my little secret or my dirty pleasure or whatever. So, what do you do in this game? You just choose what you want to idle with, and you just build up resources and explore the story. This is literally what the game is, no jokes. And so yeah, let's begin. First of all, we got food. So gathering food gives us life. In general, everything I do is gonna make us lose life. How much life we lose? This amount of life. This is obviously everything is second based and real lifetime based because this is an idle game, right? Idle game spends your real lifetime for gameplay, which is awesome. So we can gather food for 5 health every time we pick that up. So for example, I'm gonna lose 0.5 health every second, but every 2 seconds I'm gonna get 5 health because of the berries. So let's go ahead and pick up some berries so we can heal, right? Now this game has everything scaling. Everything scales literally. So every time we do anything, we gain XP out of it, and the more XP we gain, the faster we're gonna do this. As you see right now, we're gathering a berry every 1.9 seconds, right? And there are 2 ways of XPing. There's generation XP, the yellow thing, which is the current run XP, and then there is the awesome part, the instinct XP, which is the permanent XP. The game is pausing every time you don't do anything, so you don't need to be in any rush. You just lose, you know, real life time not doing anything in this game. That's the only thing you actually lose, so nothing to worry about. And as I said, instinct XP is permanent, so this is how you actually meta progress in this game. Now, we gathered 10 berries, we can't really gather any more, so we're not really in any, you know, we're not afraid about losing life. So off into cutting wood, I would say, because what are the choices of what we can do? First of all, we can cut wood. What is wood needed? So we can use 10 wood to create a cart. As you see, gathering wood in 5 seconds per pop. And then we can create a wooden hut, which says that lowers health decay by 50%. Now, why would you like to do that? Because health decay, the thing that actually kills you in this game, goes up by 25% per minute. So this is obviously exponential. As you see at the bottom, with very small letters. You know what? Can I make these letters bigger? I think I can definitely make these letters bigger. I would hope, right? Yeah, I'm just trying to make everything as big as possible, just so that everything is visible for you guys, because I'm shooting a lot of videos today and I'm not going to really edit any of them. So this increase is compounding. So in the first minute, it's going to go from 0.5 to 0.63. Second, that's 13 more points, right? And then the next one is to 0.79, which is 16 more points. And then after that, 98, which is more than 123, which is even more. So you want to have this as low as possible for as long as possible. So I think wooden hut is the play. Another thing we could do is explore the area, but I think wooden hut first is the play. So let's start picking up wood. It's gonna take us 5 seconds here. So as long as the moment I build the hut, the decay is below 0.56, it's gonna be worth it, pretty much. And I have been playing this for a long time, like a very long time. So that means I will be skipping ahead a lot to showcase what I have achieved. Now I'm very close to ending the game. Like I think I'm 98% completed. I'm not really sure, but I just, you know, wanted to show you guys what I'm playing. You can also line up things. You don't need to specifically wait for them. You can be like, okay, after you get the wooden cut done, let's go for this thing. Although this needs 20 wood and we're gathering 10 at a time, I think we're gonna make it before 0.5. I think we're gonna be done here faster than the decay. Always go for the hut first. By the way, I shouldn't even have gone for the berries, to be honest. You always want to go hut first. You want to, the first thing you want to do is always reduce the decay, I think, unless I'm wrong about mathematics. But I think because it's compounding. When it increases, you want to cut it as fast as possible so that the compounding effect doesn't really hit you that much. Let's go again with cut wood, and let's go again with wooden huts. And I don't even care about the berries. We don't really need them. Like, we have more than 100 seconds of survival, as we have 100 health, and we take less than 1 damage per second. Therefore, if math checks out, which, you know, it does, we do that. And also, we're just powering up my wood cutting, which means the next wave, we're gonna be even faster at cutting the wood, and we're gonna go even deeper in the run. Exciting gameplay right away. As I said, this is the most idle game, so I'm gonna do the one thing I'm good at, which is just talking. I'm gonna be talking about random stuff, because why not? I'm gonna be talking mostly about the game, because that's also what I'm good at, just talking about what's in front of me right now. So yeah, let's go for this. And this needs 19 more seconds to build time, and as far as I'm seeing, we're gonna definitely be below 0.5, which means that all the time we spent was worth it, right? Because this is less than what it was when it started. I hope it's You understand, right? It took us like 2 minutes to do this, but now from 0.5, it's actually less than what we started the whole game with. So this is even better. I'm gonna say let's go explore the area, right? Let's go ahead and explore the area. I don't care about the wood card. It really doesn't matter. Increase the capacity of the inventory by 5. That's completely useless. We're not gonna take this in this whole run. We're gonna take them later, you know, when I'm gonna skip ahead to my save files. You can export your save files, by the way, in this game, and you should definitely, if you play this, you should definitely activate it so that when you don't play, wait a minute, shouldn't that be here? Time diff, time notation, flash window on pause, place on pause. I don't remember what that is. There is an option where it says that when you don't play the game. Yeah, I don't know what that is. There's definitely an option here that says when you don't play the game, you like right now I'm starting, right? The game actually continues. Big number notation, time different notation. No, those are not it. Notification, flash window on pause, no. Place on pause, no. Save auto locks, no. Only when you contact please, no. It isn't here. You know what? When you play the game, you're gonna find it, or just ask around. There is definitely an option that says the game continues to play while you're pausing, which, by the way, you definitely want to do, because this you're just wasting real life time if you don't do that. So we're in the new area. After exploring the area, you found a lake. There appear to be fish in it. Perhaps you can catch some. So we found catching fish, which is useless because you cannot eat fish, or you cannot eat rock fish. Just look what it says. Yak, perhaps is edible when cooked. So I need to create a campfire. You see, or I can explore the cave. I'm gonna say, first of all, let's maybe catch some berries to heal. You know, that would be a nice idea to not actually die. By the way, everything is working cool, time-based. Every single thing works time-based. So the berries are time-based too. And here is the HP per second, because, you know, you cannot just consume all the berries. My HP per second is 1 right now. You know, let's actually forget about the berries. I just need them to, you know, survive. So right now, these berries are gonna heal us 1 per second, while we lose 0.5 per second, but the fish are gonna be better. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, let's go for the campfire. By the way, you can just line up whatever you want the way you want. And also the game, if you have this option over here active, jobs, replace and start. When you start an action, no, tooltip experience. Adds an experience per completion tick. No, these are not it. Maybe it should be here. This is not it. Open tutorial is not it. Maybe it is it. Nope, open tutorial is not it. Game menu at the bottom. Press escape. No, we'd have that. Game settings definitely not it. Tutorial no. Toggle full screen no. Credits no. Save in the next game. I have no idea where the option is, unless I am completely and utterly blind. You know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Forget. I'm gonna pause again. So you can make it so that these things just gather on their own. So right now, for example, the moment the game is gonna realize, okay, you found 5 wood. Now we're gonna go with boom, campfire building. The campfire now is gonna give us the cook ability. As you see, we also got the fishing ability here, and also this blue line always stays, even though I didn't get a single XP in fishing. This blue line is gonna stay here for the rest of this gameplay. So now we can cook. So let's go ahead and cook the fish. 2.5 seconds to cook, very easy, and this gives us 20 health, so 4 times better than the berries. Forget the berries. The berries is I can get 1 berry every 1.71 seconds, and I can get 1 fish every 10 seconds pretty much. That makes the berries a bit better, but the thing is that we can train fishing. Right now we can train fishing. Let's just pick up all the fish just to have some healing, and then we're gonna go and explore the cave, which takes us 47 seconds. And of course, the game is also becoming harder and harder. This run is gonna end at some point. You always end the run at some point, because something is gonna destroy you that you're not gonna be able to fight. Is there any chance that inside the cave, it seems like there is a cave near the lake? Who knows what could be there? Well, the thing is, if in that cave we don't have access to catching fish anymore, we're gonna most likely die. So we need to, you know, make sure we're not gonna do that mistake. But for now, we're just gonna be fishing. Look at this. Now we're fishing every 6 seconds, right? I'm gonna say even cook after fishing, exactly. You could do this, by the way. You could just do this. And then you're like, okay, catch the fish, cook the fish, catch the fish, cook the fish, so that you're sure you get 10 and 10 on both of these, because you don't really want to not have resources. I could also go for berries, but like, who cares about berries? Although training everything is important. Like, every single thing in this game is important to be trained. You should train everything, because I can, trust me, at the late game, everything is going to be useful. Right now, you're going to be like, berries is useless, but because it's very weak. But later, you will need to have the farming already leveled up for the later things that care about farming, right? And that's true for everything. Like, all of these might be useless now. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna train fishing, but well, later at some point you will be in an area where only fish are there, so you will need to have the fish trained. Otherwise the game's gonna be like, oh, you want to catch a fish on the tier 7 area? Guess what? you need to fish for 5 minutes and then you die because you can't find food. These here are changing, by the way. The more you move around, the more you explore the area in general, it's gonna move away. And as you see right now with the 7 fish, I have 4 HP regen health per second, that is. So as long as this number here is less than this number here, you are literally impossible to die. It's impossible for you to die. Completely impossible, because that's how this works straight up. As long as this number is bigger than this one. If this number is bigger than this one, then you cannot heal, actually. Then you start losing life until you lose the game. And that happens at some point. That's literally how the game ends. So let's see what is inside the cave. I hope we're not gonna lose access to gathering berries and whatnot. If we do, then we're gonna know for the future, but if we don't, then we're gonna be happy. Okay, we didn't lose anything. If anything, we found stone. So the cave appears to consistently most of stone. That's probably useful for construction. It also seems that there is an exit at the other side of the cave. Sadly, there seems to be a rather big spider preventing passage. Okay. So, first of all, we got the big stone, we got a stone hut. As I previously mentioned, getting huts is extremely important as fast as possible, but this hut here is gonna take us 2 minutes and 26 seconds to get. And not only that, but each stone takes 10 seconds, and this thing needs 20 stone. So this is already 200 seconds right here, plus 2 minutes here, and then 50 wood, which is like 3 seconds for each wood. This is just everything together is like 5 or 6 minutes, and we're just gonna be sitting here. If I fight the cave spider, by the way, it's gonna increase my health decay by 5, which is extremely bad, of course, but we can't really do anything else. So it's between stone hut and the spider. Let's go for the stone hut. Let's start cutting wood, and also after that stone, and then after that the hut. Everything is gonna happen on its own here while we're chilling. And the moment I see that we don't have any fish anymore, I'm gonna just go ahead and cook the fish. Hopefully the stone hut's gonna be done in time. And this is exactly what you want to do. You want to survive as long as possible, and the reason for that is because the longer you survive, the more time you have to XP. And not only that, but because the top XP is for the current run specifically, right, and the bottom XP is for the forever, pretty much. What is happening here is the way you get XP is based on how much you dig. For example, as you see right now, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 9, 10 out of 10. Now they go together, right? As you see, the top XP with the bottom XP is synchronized. So what you're actually doing is you're farming XP, right? And you're also farming XP speed. So if this, for example, is ×2, you're going to be getting this the XP ×2. And the deeper you are in the run, the higher the generation level is, the higher the yellow level is, right? So for example, in 3 minutes from now, this digging is going to be ×3. Therefore, I'm going to be getting triple XP for generation, which doesn't really matter, but I'm going to also be getting triple XP on instinct, and instinct does matter. So the deeper you go in the run, the higher your yellow XP is, and therefore you XP the blue bar faster. It's a bit weird the way I'm expressing it, because I don't have, you know, some kind of graphic to show you, but I hope it's understood. Like, these bars are gonna be going faster and faster up, especially the below one. The more we dig faster and faster. So that's important. I think we started with 0.8 decay when I started building the stone hut, so I'm really excited to see how exactly this gonna turn out. Also, I would say stone hut needs 50 wood and 20 stone, so I'm gonna say after this, cut wood, not dig stone, cut wood, stone hut, and then cut wood, dig stone, stone hut, and then cut wood, stone hut, and then like cut wood, stone hut, and something like that. And we're just gonna be chilling. Now we're just gonna be chilling. And by the way, we're about to die because I don't have any fish. Definitely don't make that mistake. Definitely make sure that you always have enough life to survive, because otherwise you literally lose all the progress. And you don't lose all the progress, I take that back. You literally lose a lot of XP. You want to always die with your HP regen from food to be as high as possible. You want to always die with the game not allowing you to heal enough, right? You want this, for example, to be 5 or 10, and then the enemy damage to be 12 or 13 or 14. You know, enemy, by the way, in this specific scenario is, you know, the game, but whatever. Yeah, I'm also leveling up fishing, which is gonna make it so that in the next wave, fishing is also gonna be faster. You know, all of this is to be considered. Every single aspect of this game you automate faster is gonna make it so that you actually become faster, right? Does this escape menu? No. I'm still not sure about the pause thing, but doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Maybe later. Yeah, maybe later the option appears, because I'm still at the start of the game and I don't even remember what is hidden. I definitely know that there is another thing hidden that we are not even seeing right now, but the moment do work, get the rewards. The moment we actually unlock the mechanic, I'm gonna talk to you about it. You're most likely gonna die, but if I get the stone hut at least built once, it's gonna keep us alive for a lot longer. I mean, if that a lot is 2 more minutes or something, it's a lot. Like in this game, that is actually a lot. Because those 2 last minutes is the most XP you get. It's when all your skills are the highest possible level. So it's better to fish and die fishing than to die earlier than when your time comes. At least that's how this game goes. That's why I'm going back and forth in fishing and cooking here, which is borderline a dead end. But we have to do it. Also, another little trick, you have to see how fast it takes you to cook, because if cooking takes you, like the combo cooking, or for example gathering berries, if these things take you 5 seconds, because you can eat every 5 seconds, then you are okay with not actually having stacks upon stacks in your inventory. Because if you eat every 5 seconds and you can cook these things within 3 seconds, like if you catch a fish in 2 seconds and cook it in 1 second, then you don't need to have an inventory, because you can cook faster than what you can eat. So it doesn't really make sense to be concerned about that, or at least that's what I believe. Anyway, the enemy is not the enemy. The decay is going through the roof here, and let's now rotate back into what we used to be. So let's stop fishing. Let's just continue with building the stone hut, if I'm gonna be able to. Now, it's very important to try to XP these more than the food, because these here are the way you build these faster, and the faster you build them, the faster you can get rid of the decay, and the faster you get rid of the decay, the less you get affected by the compounding effect of the decay, unless that's his wrong thing. Anyway, another thing we can do here, as you see, we got another XP thing, which is combat, and we got a cave spider over here, which if I go ahead and fight it, it's gonna increase my decay to 5, not permanently. It's just gonna be what is it called? It's gonna be an additive effect for as long as this fight lasts. So for 1 minute, which the spider says it's gonna last 1 minute, I'm gonna have, right now I have 3, I would have 8 for that 1 minute, which it would kill us pretty much, definitely. But that minute is definitely not a minute either, because, you know, the more you XP, the faster it goes. So at the end of the day, those numbers aren't really, do not reflect reality. And I think at this point, we are pretty much locked into cooking for the rest of the game, because I cannot possibly fathom how we're gonna be building the stone hut at this point, because the speed at which the decay is climbing is a bit too much for us, so I don't think we're gonna have any chance whatsoever. The definite thing you want to do to maintain HP regen, by the way, is always make sure that you have something when the cooldown hits. You need to make 100% sure that the cooldown never ever ever hits 0. If the cooldown hits 0, then you lose the HP per second, and you pretty much tell the game, okay, you know what, I'm gonna actually go ahead and you know, die. So you definitely want to always mix and match here. I'm gonna go with cooking mainly, and I'm gonna throw like a couple of berries in once in a while, but I don't think we're gonna survive this, because catching a fix 340, we already don't have less than 5 seconds here. Now you might say, Yusuf, you said this is the most idle game ever, and I'm seeing you click around all the time. Well, that's the start. That's how the game begins, and at this point we are sealed into our fate, and we are guaranteed sealed into our fate, because these two together are 320 and 170, 160 I guess, which means these two together take 5 seconds, and I have a 5-second cooldown on eating, as you see, so I borderline can get the food in, and that means I cannot fit a berry in, which that in order means that I'm fixed at my 4 HP regen. With a berry I would be at 5 HP regen, which wouldn't really save us, to be honest, but maybe we would have survived just a bit more. But that doesn't matter, because now we're powering up the fishing. Look at this instinct level of fishing is already at 13, and the cooking is also pretty high. You're gonna see in the next wave how this is gonna all compound into. The only thing I want you guys to remember is that fishing right now is at 2.5, and I mean, look at this, look at the XP rising faster than the rest, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it just goes faster and faster and faster. Come on, come on. And we're about to die here, and this is 3-second cooldown and 1.66. So these two together now take us 4.5 seconds. I can still not fit the berries in. And I think it's over. At this point, I think the run is over. Maybe I'm gonna fit like 1 berry in if I'm fast enough. Cooked fish, go, 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 boom. Boom. Let's go with fishes, and at this point we're dead, because, yeah, because that's how the game goes. That's how the game goes. It's over. Anakin, let's go for a berry. Maybe we're gonna keep us alive. I'm panic buttoning at this point. Not that it really matters. The only thing that does matter is we XP cooking and fishing. And we almost got another level on cooking, but that also doesn't really matter that much. And we are out of berries and the HP region dropped. And here we go. So here is the automation. You need to catch 300 fish, cook 300 fish, cut 200 wood, and cut 200, gather 200 berries. And all of these, the more you do them, you get automation in the game. And obviously the automation is gonna be very, very important. So let's do a Reincarnation right away. And let's start with instantly going for the hut this time. We're not gonna do the, you know, just take the berries, because we're gonna go for the hut. And this is already fast, right? This started with 5, but this time it started with 4.6. I started with a 0.5 health delay. Let's see how low the health delay is gonna become the moment we create the hut this time. This also started with 40 seconds completion time, and at the end of this, you're gonna see how much the completion time is actually gonna become, which is gonna be definitely a lot less than 38, because everything is multiplicative. As you see, Generation XP multiplies with Instinct XP and gives you the total. So that means the more you have both of them, the more powerful both of them become. So if you have, for example, 200 Instinct XP levels, it's gonna be like times 30 or something, but the top one is gonna be times 1. So it's just gonna be times 30. But when the top one becomes times 10, then that 30 becomes 300, right? It's just extremely fast how this just all becomes multiplicatively faster. And you can see here, this from 36 seconds, it was 38 seconds. Literally before the completion, it's going to be something like 30 seconds, I think. I mean, I'm not really sure, because we didn't construct that many things. We're not really that much leveled into that. My highest level, I think, is fishing and cooking, right? Yeah, 6 level in cooking, 16 levels in fishing. How is that possible? I did the same completions of both of these. That's possible because fishing had a baseline 5-second cooldown, while a 5-second duration, while the cooking had a baseline 2-second duration or something. I don't remember what the baseline was. Anyway, as you see, we are dying. 69, nice. But I think we're gonna get the hut in time, and then the hut is gonna buy us on its own more time. So that alone already helps, and at this point we should be starting the construction. By the way, this is gonna be my my last loop on this save file. I'm gonna then show you my next 2 save files. I'm gonna show you what it looks like 200 runs deep, and then I'm gonna also show you what it looks like extremely late game, which I think is like 500 or 600 runs deep, but you're gonna see. So this is gonna go down to 0.38 right now, which is very nice. I'm gonna go explore the area because I want to go fishing. I don't even want to gather berries. If I'm forced to gather berries, I'm gonna do that, but I want to go exploring. By the way, you can literally tank your run if you want. You can just lose. There is no real downside. You just lose the Generation XP, which resets you a lot, because as I previously mentioned, Generation XP helps you XP Instinct XP faster. We're gonna go once again cut wood and campfire. I hope we're gonna barely survive. I mean, we have a very, very low decay rate. So maybe we're gonna survive, maybe not. It's gonna be very visible in a moment. How much does the campfire take? 8 seconds. I have about 40 seconds of survival here, because I lose less than half a health point every second. And that means we have double the life. So right now I have 30 seconds of survival. About 30 seconds of survival. And now we got catch fish 6 seconds, and this is our 8. And we are alive. So at this point, I can just catch a couple of fish, and then we're back in the game, as we always say. So we're gonna now get the fish, and now we are in no danger whatsoever. So now I'm just gonna catch all the fish. I don't need to be in any rush, although obviously I should be in a rush, because what's very important is to create the next hut. You want to just chain huts into each other. You don't want to be sitting around catching fish. If you can create the hut at 1 life, then create the hut at 1 life. So let's go ahead and explore the cave to go ahead and find the next hut, the stone hut. Hopefully I'm gonna be fast enough to build that up too, because the moment I build that thing up, it's gonna give us so much more life. And here you get a timeline for how fast I was this time, right? 30 seconds faster, which obviously was also happened because I didn't gather berries at all. So I already got so much time from not gathering those berries in the beginning, which is very important, right? Because the berries is 1 HP per second, but you throw away 2 seconds to do that, while the fish plus the cooking right now is you throw away about 9 seconds, but you gain 4 out of it, right? So I'm not sure which math checks out better, but that doesn't matter, because the math in general just changes the more you XP. I don't want to catch fish, but at this point might as well catch it, because we already begun. And I'm gonna say we're gonna go with remove everything from the action queue, and we're gonna go with cut wood, dig stone, stone hut. Cut wood, dig stone, stone hut. Cut wood, dig stone, stone hut. Cut wood, dig stone, and this, and this. You just spam this, you just spam this. I mean, I am here, I'm watching right now, so we can very easily see what's gonna happen. The reason why I'm putting a dig stone, now you might say, what's if you can just get 20 stone and be done with it? Well, what is actually happening is it's spending the resources half and half. So it's gonna spend like 10 wood because it needs more wood than stone, and it's gonna spend 4 stone, and then I need to dig another 4 stone out, and then the same thing. I could go like wood stone like this, but it's like, who cares? It's just like min-max, not min-maxing. Yeah, actually, yes, this what I'm doing is min-maxing. Is it? I think it is. It's pretty much the same thing. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So I think we started the stone hut construction at about 0.5, maybe 0.6. I don't think we're gonna be faster. I don't think we're gonna gain more out of it, but if I build the stone hat, just the fact that I build the stone hat is gonna just a stone hut is gonna just make it a lot better for the next run, right? Because that is what we try. Look at this, 2 minutes faster than the previous run. 2 minutes faster. So that's like a lot of life, because that 2 minutes is this here, the decay just scaling through the roof. Of course, the reason why we have our 2 minutes faster is because I didn't just catch a million fish like I did in the previous run. So now I have to catch up to the getting of fishes, which, you know, right now is takes us less than 5 seconds. More. It takes us more than 5 seconds. It takes us like 7 seconds to get the fish caught and then also cooked, which obviously is pretty bad. Look at this. It looks like we're about to die, but as long as I don't have 2 life the moment I start cooking, I should be fast enough at actually cooking. And this is gonna just give us a bunch of life, and that's gonna rotate us back into the hut construction. Because honestly, you really want to build the hut as fast as possible. This is like a very key aspect of this game. I think you're at 4 star. Yeah, at 4 stone, no, it's not gonna build. So it's gonna bring the stone up to 10, but when it's gonna spend it, it's gonna spend 4 at a time. You're gonna see in a moment. You're gonna see in a moment exactly what this looks like, and you're gonna understand why I lined these up in the way I did. Now, you might think, yo, Sifd, why are you not catching just a bunch of fish, cooking a bunch of fish, and then catching a bunch of fish again, just setting these all up so you have 10 raw fish and then 10 cooked fish, and then you just can build in your free time? That's not min-maxing. That's the only reason why. You want to create, like, literally the best thing you can do is have 0 food and the health to be here, okay? And then you create the hut and then you start eating food. Like, you want to spend the earliest amount of time possible to building the hut so that you can cut the decay down. That is extremely important in this game. So yeah, we're min-maxing idle games over here. That's what we're doing. And now you're gonna see when the stone hits 6 and the wood hits 0, it's gonna start gathering wood again, and then stone again, and then wood again. So that's why I did the chain reactions here of wood and stone. Yeah, look at this, 6, and now 2 more wood, and then boom, it's gonna stop now, and that's gonna go back into doing, because it cannot throw the 6 stone into this. It needs to throw the wood and the stone at the same time. Let's go back to catching fish, because the fish catching is still not 5 seconds combined. So that means, although we are getting 4 HP regen every time, wait a minute, what? Food reserves 0.40 uncooked. Okay, let's go back into cooking fish. Yeah, right now, although it says 4 HP regen, it only is 4 HP regen as long as I have a surplus of cooked fish. If I don't have a surplus of cooked fish and I cannot catch and cook within 5 seconds, then the 4 HP regen is not actually a true number. So we need to make sure that this number is real, because you very often die by doing that. Like this delay might be 3 seconds, the decay might be 3 seconds, and you might think, oh, I have a 4 HP regen per second as long as I have enough. But the thing is that you cannot cook them within 5 seconds. Therefore, in reality, you don't have 4 HP regen, because the 4 HP regen number comes from the fact that this has a 5-second cooldown, and every time the 5-second cooldown hits, you actually eat it. Like when the cooldown hits, you have a fish to eat, which is not always true. So, did I get these down to the numbers I wanted? No, fishing is still getting leveled up. At this time, fishing is ×2 once again. By the way, in general, instinct level is gonna be higher than generation level. That's like almost always true, because at some point, you know, you're gonna have like 1000 instinct level on everything, and the generation is only gonna go up to 200 or something. Because, yeah, because you need a lot of XP for some things. Anyway, we're gonna continue catching fish here, and let's also throw a couple. Let's also catch the last one, and now we're gonna only be cooking fish. So let's just throw the catching out, and then when these are cooked, do I actually want to do that? I don't think I want to do that, but I don't think it matters either. I don't think we're gonna even survive this wave, to be honest. Although maybe let's try. Maybe let's actually try to min-max and get the hut going. As I said, the best case scenario is we have no raw fish, no cooked fish, and the health is around here the moment I build the hut, and then the hut's gonna decrease the delay to 2. Although I don't see that happening, but you know, it is what it is. By the way, let me also showcase what the spider looks like just for a second. I'm gonna manually pause. So if I press this, boom, you see 6. If I remove the spider, boom, 1.8. So the spider is like, okay, do you have everything ready? Because what you want to do in reality is you want to just clear the huts and then fight the spider. Because you want to train your combat. At least that's what I think. But you shouldn't go in the spider early, because this here is straight up flat amount of health, right? 1 minute, you just have to multiply this. It's very simple. You multiply 5 damage that thing does times how long you need to stay there, which is 60 seconds, which is not going to be actually 60 seconds because you're going to level up the combat XP. So let's say 55 seconds, right? 5 times 55, it's like 200 something. No, it's like 250 something. So 275, I think. I randomly did the math in my brain. So this is literally you throw away 275 of your life. It just, do you have 275 of your life? You need to have that life in you know, in your food reserves in combination with your max life reserves. So if you do not have 260 life to spare, which we definitely don't, because, you know, we just have 4 HP region plus this, you don't want to fight this because you're not going to kill it, but you will train yourself. That's at least how I'm playing this. I might be, you know, this might be the wrong way of playing this. I'm not even sure if the game has a wrong or right way. At the end of the day, the only thing you want to do is maintain your survival for as long as possible. And that is done by cooking fish and gathering berries. Maybe that's the one thing I'm not really doing, which is gathering berries. This is in my first playthrough. That's also what I did. I never care about food most of the time. But trust me, farming, this skill here is very important, like throughout the whole game. It's very important. Let's go catch fish before we die, because I'm seeing us die. And at this point, I can guarantee you we're never, ever going to get the hut done, because we need to be catching fish and cooking fish for the rest of the game now, because the decay is already too much for us. So this is, once again, a catching fish simulator, because as I said, the most idle game that exists right now. And definitely go cooking. 172, 171, 33. So this is exactly 5 seconds right now, and obviously I'm not the god of min-maxing. I mean, not min-maxing, that has nothing to do with it. But yeah, at this point... Wait a minute, 3 plus, 4, yeah, this is like 5 second cooldown, these two together. Not cooldown duration, it takes us 5 seconds. So that's why you see that exactly the moment I get like 2 raw fish, the 2 cooked fish are gone. I get a second fish here, and then we go the same thing again and again. Like we just steal a little bit of time out of it every time we continue leveling and leveling and leveling. This is the beauty of this game, man. This is the zen. Oh, I stopped my music. Oh, sorry for that, guys. I had the music in the background. Give me a second just to activate the music that I had in the background. Let me also loop it. Okay, let's continue the game. Sorry for that. Wait, was... Oh, the game is just becoming smaller and bigger. I could have just continued this in the first place. Raw fish. You know what? We need to cook fish right now. It's also very, very important that the moment this number here hits 4, you have your max life as up as possible. Because if this here hits like 4.1 or 4.2 and you start losing life and your life is back here, you just die on the spot. So you definitely want to make sure that you're as capped out as possible the moment this here hits your HP region, so that you can actually, you know, maintain your life for as much as possible. So the previous round, I didn't really do that. The previous round, the number 4.5 hit somewhere around here, and at that point, it was already too late, right? Because that's when you can, that's when you stop healing. Because right now I have 4 HP per 4 HP region. Let's actually try to hit some berries if I can, although the berries are very low on end, but whatever. Maybe I'm gonna maintain this survivability a bit more, because now this has 263 seconds and this has 153, so these two together are like almost 4 seconds. So if this becomes a 1 second task, then we're gonna start throw the berries away, and we're gonna start actually gaining health, which I already am gaining health. That's why the health is maxed out here. Let's continue just going on, and this is let's just chilling, right? And the idea is, after you do all this, after you get these things 100 times done, you start gaining automation. You start not clicking everything, and that's what I'm gonna show you in a moment. By the way, the moment I'm gonna show you something here, I'm gonna be pretty much spoiling the game. So if you really don't want to see this spoiled, I guess you can skip, but I'm not gonna actually spoil everything, just so that that is clear. Like, we're gonna most likely skip Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. We're gonna just instantly appear in Act 3 or something. I'm gonna do a run there, and then I'm gonna instantly skip up to Act 11 or something, which, once again, a bit of spoil, yes, but you're not gonna understand what's happening in... I mean, I'm gonna be talking about the things that we're skipping. I'm just gonna bring you in a journey. We're just not gonna be reading these. And we're gonna also lose a lot of acts. Like, when I skip from Act 3 to Act 11, I'm telling you, Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are just gonna be gone instantly, because of the speed at which everything is going. And at this point, we're actually losing a lot of life, so I definitely need to make sure that I min-max here. The game most of the time tries to fill out your inventory before it actually goes into the next job. That's why it looks like it looks, but it's okay. We got this. We got this. We got the multitasking. Right now we're losing 0.60 life per second, so theoretically we have a long survival rate here. And we're just powering up. We're just maintaining the build. Because the one thing that's important here is this thing, the instinct. Look at this, 3D levels, 1.35 multiplier next run, 1.13 multiplier next run. All of these things are extremely important in this game. Oh, we need a berry right now. We just missed half a second of feeding a berry, which is pretty bad. We still have some fish ready, and let's continue surviving. This chaos here, this cling that is happening right now. That's not how the game looks like normally. I'm gonna show you what the game looks like in a moment. At the moment this run is over, we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead to the next act. I mean, not the next act, 3 acts in the future. At this point we're about to die. Whoa, no, you see, that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. I didn't cook enough. And yeah, I mean, let's reincarnate here, and let's forget the save file off into the save file of let's go with generation. Yeah, let's go to the deepest one I have. Winning run, no act. Let's go with 225 runs deep, I would say. It's gonna look a bit weird, but it is what it is. Let's go. 225 runs deep. So import save file. Here we go. 225. Look at this. 225 deep. Longest lifetime 36 minutes. Game completion 16%. Total playtime 1 day 16 hours. This is actual lifetime, by the way. You're in the game, so this is not. You cannot do this in 1 day. Let's go import save. Now it's gonna just blast through everything, and we are. First of all, I would like to say, yeah, automations are here. Let's also dark mode this, because that was a flashbang that I just blinded a bunch of people, me included. Let's go with color theme dark, and let's go with automations. So, do you remember Act 1? Yeah, look at what this looks like. We have automated a bunch of things. As you see, berries were never gathered ever in this specific save file, but that doesn't matter. So now we're a bit in the future. I am a bit leveled up. I need to lose this run on purpose if I can do so. So let's actually continue. So the queue is empty. Coconut raft or coconut hut. Honestly, I'm not gonna even level up the hut. Right now, in this specific save file here, what is happening is I have, this here is the automation button, these here are automations. So what I have done here is I have said, do not explore the beach, because I want to build the hut. The hut, by the way, says that I have built 8 out of 8, so this should already be automated, but that doesn't matter. Let's actually explore the beach. Let's go explore the beach. Let's try to lose on purpose, as I said, I want to show you the start of this. Which is, yeah, I want to show you the start of this. Actually, wait a minute, I can show you the start of this. Give me a second. No, I need to show you the start of this by doing this, because the game has some mechanics here that I can't really explain right now. But as you see, this here is the automation. Actually, no, the mechanics I can't explain is the fact that when you import the save file, the game moves, right? When you close the game actually plays, right? If you have automated everything up to the first 25 minutes, the moment you open up the game just fires off 25 minutes of replay, which I don't want to do right now, because it's just gonna be just a bunch of lines flying off. You're gonna see it later when I'm gonna show you my late game save file. You're just gonna see everything just fly off crazily. But for now, for example, we're just puddle streaming. As you see, 41 seconds, just moving. I have 180 healing because I have a bunch of cooked boars and a bunch of coconuts, which heal us a lot. And we just go deeper and deeper into this. So let's go puddle stream and let's see what we find when we stream. By the way, as you see, 4 minutes faster than normal because I haven't created the coconut hut. Because I don't care about right now. Pick banana is the next thing we do, also automated. But you know what, I'm not gonna do that. By the way, as you see, automation here, the play is that you make the story progression actually be in the less or the same amount of automation with the things you want to pick up. Anyway, I don't want any more bananas because these things give me even more life and this run's gonna last even longer. But I wanted to show you the beginning of the run, what the beginning looks like, so that you understand, you get a feeling of how fast everything flies off the rail. Because I'm pretty sure you got a feeling for the first, 20-30 minutes of this game. And I want to show you what this looks like. Also, the game has, I think, like a real-life gameplay time of, I don't know, 200 minutes, hours, 300 hours, 400 hours. Like, the actual time you need to have this thing playing is huge. Like, the game does not have replayability, obviously, but the game has a lot of story progression, and if you get hooked, you really get hooked, because you can just leave this in the background, right? You can just leave this in the background, just plays. As you see, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just breaking my automation. Normally I do have, an automation which I just leave it go, but right now we just go slowly. So past the waterfall is the next one. I mean, look at this. This is going to hurt, but it's probably worth it. Finishing this exploration causes you to lose 25k life. Health at once, which can be deadly. However, you can instantly eat all the food in your inventory upon completion to recover the damage and prevent death regardless of the food cooldowns. And this takes 14 seconds. We're gonna just wait for the banana, and then we're gonna just say, you know what, how much food reserves do I have? I have food reserves 25k, that's enough, off we go. 25k food reserves, let's jump down the ravine. Which is gonna pretty much reduce my food reserves to 500k, which is very low, but it's gonna also keep us alive for a long while. So we're gonna crash the waterfall, boom, and then we're gonna go explore a cave. I'm not even gonna allow the game to find more food. I just want the food to slowly dwindle. By the way, look at these numbers. Farming 700, agility, which is the movement thing, 453 XP, 1000 times speed. So the choices here are fight the bear or flee from the bear. Look at this. Because in this save file I have not been fighting enough. I mean, this is the thing I do the least. Fighting. I mean, fishing is the thing I did the least in this specific save file. And this obviously is bad. I mean, catch crab takes me 1 minute. Cook crab 1 second. Because I am cooking but I'm not fishing. Catch crab 1 minute. Do you see this? So that means I cannot catch the crab. It's never gonna be worth it ever. As you see, I tried to just do it 8 times and then I left it be. Yeah, let's go fight the bear. Just so that you see what it looks like. Health decay 500. Boom, let's go. Let's go fight the bear. I don't want you to catch coconuts. It's gonna automate it most of the time. Yeah, it's gonna automate eating between the bear fights. But I don't want to do that. I want to just fight the bear and then I want us to continue going on. Actually, let's actually not automate any of these. And as you see, we cannot fight the bear, so we have to flee from the bear, which is taking us 2 minutes. It's gonna take us 2 minutes to flee from the bear. Let's fight it again so it eats our food away, because we will definitely not be able to fight the bear for 14 minutes while it decays us for 500. And as I said, I'm trying to force a loss here. By the way, if you have a question like, what about Sifd? Why do you try to force a loss instead of actually just, you know, stopping the run? Because that's not a thing. You cannot kill the run off. That is not a thing. Chapter completion. Is this my full save file? What is this? Generation history, game settings. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Default automations. And also, there should be the, yeah, run empty food once. Low exploration halt. Low priority. What is this? Low exploration halt. Cause automations to trigger low priority explorations with stop before completion. I'm still not finding the option that says when you pause. You know what? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can guarantee you that there is an option, which I might even be blind. If I'm blind, comment down below and tell me about it. You know, comment down below and tell me about it. About the option that I didn't miss. Don't forget to spam the blind emoji. You know, that is the meme in this channel. If you want to become a member for $1 per month, you know, 12 bucks per year, then you can spam that and make fun of me. Anyway, I'm gonna lose the run here on purpose, as I said, just to showcase what the beginning of the run looks like in a better save file. Not a better save file, I mean a more complete save file. Which is not even remotely complete. 19 seconds, like 19% is a joke. The game just becomes slower and slower the deeper you go, by the way, so that 19% is not representative time-wise. And yep, this run is dead because I don't have enough food. Here we unlock new automations, by the way, which I can prioritize in a specific way, but that doesn't really matter. Let's reincarnate and let's see how this is gonna go. Wooden hut. Here we go. Off it flies. Coconut, dig stone. Continues going on. This is the beginning. You remember the stone hut? Do you remember how long this took us? Now it takes 3 seconds. Now it takes 3.5 seconds to just get the stone hut done. The woodcut was instantly done. Look at this. We have 0.13. I mean, yeah, look at this. We have a 0.14 delay. That's how fast we created them, right? And all these automations are made in a way for a specific reason. So yeah, that's pretty much what you're seeing here. The automations are happening. You know what? I do actually want to see where the automation is. Give me a second. I'm gonna look at the options. Okay, I'm back and I'm actually blind. It's literally offline time. So you want these actives. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay? This here makes it so that when you die, the game actually continues playing. So the moment you press reincarnate, everything just fires off. And this is when you're sitting in the menus, the game also, you know, works. So right now I'm in the pause menu for a long time. Now if I close the pause menu, boom, you see, we just skipped 40 seconds ahead. So now I am getting a raft, which is a lot deeper. And as you see, we're starting with 40 of these, and agility, and fishing, and a lot of other things, right? We just have a bunch of things. And now, you know, because I just showcased, I mean, this was just me showcasing how fast the first part of the game was done, right? The wood hut and the stone hut, and we're already done with that. Like, we're gone. We have already gone deeper into the run. Now I want to showcase you guys what it looks like at the very end of the game, which is in my opinion extremely crazy, because everything just flies off the rails. So let's do that. I'm talking, by the way, because I was copy pasting my save files. So let's go import save and let's go into the next one. Boom. And now you're gonna see everything. Look at the top left, just flying off the rails here. We should die, by the way, because this at the 30-minute mark, yeah, we died. So this is the run, and now we're gonna reincarnate. Look how fast the act is gonna go. Boom. The act is gone. Like, we are 1 second in. Yep, this is 1 second in, actually. As you see, everything's just flying off the rails here. I'm pretty sure you guys are not understanding what's happening, obviously, right? Because you haven't played the game enough. But what just happened, let me pause menu here and go into automations. We just did all the Act 1, all of Act 2, which you didn't even see, all of Act 3, right? All of Act 4. Do you remember previously when I was showing you the bananas and whatnot? Yeah, they were here. Okay, big bananas. We are already past that. We're even past Act 5, and we are at the end of Act 5. Actually, no, we are in the middle of Act 6. And now that I was paused, we're gonna skip another 30 seconds ahead. So, 47 seconds, and here we are in... this is pretty much the middle of Act 5. And this is how this game goes. You go deeper and deeper. 6, actually. This is Act 6, which I think we are like in an island that has... I don't even... Wait, what? 45 barricade. No, now we're at Act 7, as far as I know. Give me a second to see. Yeah, we're in Act 7 here in the middle of Act 7. So right now we are in some kind of prison or something. It doesn't really matter, honestly. But the game is really enjoyable. Trust me when I tell you, if you enjoy idle games, and if you specifically enjoy idle games where you don't need to care about it, this is the game. Because as you previously saw, in this save file, I died, right? Which means that I have automated everything, like everything, until even the moment where I can no longer get anything, right? So I have automated it to a point where, you know, we're going so deep that the time runs out, even though I have food, even though I have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Because that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you die in a specific exploration, or you just straight up know that something is not possible, but you have it automated, and then, you know, the game loops around again and again. So at this point, when I'm playing this, I open it up. Instantly 40 seconds, 30 minutes fire, I press reincarnate, and then I just close the game again. And then when I open it up again, I just, you know, after 40 minutes or something, it instantly fires, you know, everything, and then I just press reincarnate, and then it goes back to here. For example, right now I could close the game, I could come back in 40 minutes, and then everything would fire at the same time and just tell me, okay, the run is over, you died, do you want to reincarnate? And that would be it. Here we're gonna sabotage the camp instead of fight the poachers, because once again, I am not training my fighting that much. And this here is going to be 843k damage, which I have 200k life. So healing, HP regen. That means these poachers are literally not possible to be killed. If I press this thing, it might even kill the whole one, because it's going to eat too much food out of this, because everything here is calculated to bring us up to the very end, at the very final act. Also, you know what? Because I didn't even mention this in the beginning, how much is this save file? This is my real save file, by the way. 10 days. This is 10 real life days, right? So if I go over to the Steam, it's gonna say something like 5,000 hours played or something. So I mean, not 5,000 hours, but you know, it's gonna say a lot of hours. I could even look this up. You know, let's leave that be, and let me actually go and look into my Steam how much I've played this, to be honest, because I can have the game in the background while I'm looking into my library stats. So Increlution, 400 hours. Yeah, I said 4,000, I meant 400. So 400 hours played, and in the last 2 weeks, 90 hours played. I did this all for today. Everything is for today. Anyway, now we're climbing a volcano, you see. Now we're in another area, and we just go deeper and deeper and deeper. And honestly, I don't think I want to really spoil that much of this game for you. So if what you're seeing is enjoyable to you, if what you're seeing seems cool, in my opinion, the game is like, it's not cool or anything, but it's the most idle game ever idled, and it's also very simplistic graphic wise, and it's also definitely not complex, right? Because there are games that are idle games that are like this, so it's just like, you know, there are a lot of idle games that are just a couple of bars and a couple of things, like this one, just text, you know, text and box, text and box, text and boxes. A lot of idle games exist that are this thing, but this is the simplest one ever. Like, you always have between 4 choices, and that's it, and just the story just goes on, and you always find different jobs, different constructs, different exploration. You can also read down here a couple of story or lore if you want to. Like, the game is always this thing, it never changes. This game never ever adds a million mechanics that change the game up and do weird stuff and whatnot. As far as I know, if you complete the game, there is a new game. You can go new game +1, which, I mean, if you love the game, you can definitely do that, which gives you a permanent within permanent, you know, the classic ascension level things, where your food becomes faster, or your food heals you more, or the jobs happen faster, or you gain more XP. Each, you know, everything, your XP gaining is multiplied, or your instinct XP is multiplied. You get meta progression upon meta progression like that, but that is very, 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 very late. And honestly, I feel more like this game is you beat it once and it's done, because I'm not gonna spend another 400 hours. I mean, if it took me 400 hours to beat it once, I'm not gonna spend, you know, another 390 or 380 to beat it again, and then another 350 to beat it again. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Also, there is like some other progression here. There is this thing here too, which is meta progression, which this specific one says, for example, instead of me eating food every 5 seconds, I eat food every 4.9 seconds. There are specific key points in the story where you can level that up, but it's not really easy. As you see, I only have 2.83. And also, as you can see there at the very bottom, it says artifacts found 3 times 0.4. So that thing is not only hard to multiply, but it also starts negatively. Like when you first get this thing, it already starts at 0.4, and you just straight up cannot level it up at all. It takes you like 15 minutes or something to do it, and you just die. The second stat is how much damage I take from fights. So I have reduced the damage I take to 84% instead of, you know, 100%. And then the last stat is that all the food in the whole game is, you know, 13% better. Or I guess 0.13 times more, or you know what, you can read the number there and you can understand what it means, right? I think that number is 13% more. So yeah, that's how you say that. If it was times 2, it would be 100% more. Anyway, as you see, we are almost dead there, but we're actually not really dead, because yeah, because we're not gonna die, literally. You know what, I'm very close to the end. Yeah, I'm very close to the end. Do I want to spoil the end? Honestly, I think I don't. But I can tell you that the end definitely has something exciting, and yeah, I would say, how could I spoil this? How could I spoil this? I'm not gonna spoil this instantly, but I'm gonna say it's considered one of the best animes out there. That's what I'm gonna say, and I think I'm gonna leave you here. By the way, today's video obviously was brought to you by the fact of what day it is, so I hope you didn't forget the date, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the game. I do play this game, by the way. It's not like I cheesed anything. I do actually play this game in real life, but I just, you know, wanted to showcase it to you, because I do know there are a couple of idle gamers between the audience, and I hope you guys enjoy this, because this is not a fun game, but it's a very chill game, and it's you know, an addiction, I guess, like everything. Anyway, like all the games, honestly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. The game was awesome. I hope you guys had fun, or at least I hope you guys were chilling and vibing and relaxing, because I don't know, because that's what I do. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed, really. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the retention rate if you're still at the end here. And you can try to guess what exactly you find at the end of the story here. I haven't beaten the whole game, so I don't even know what is after the end of the story, but I did give my hint, so just spam the comments with what you think it is. And I guess, well, I don't know. I would say I'm gonna pin whoever finds it, but honestly, that's gonna literally spoil it, and then people want to go to the comments, so you can just guess, and that's it. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, and as always, thanks for watching, and see you guys around.